Hey guys, Henry here, and today I'm going to be talking about Black Mass. So the film Black Mass is about the legendary Boston gangster named Whitey Bulger, played by Johnny Depp. He starts off as a small-time gangster in South Boston, but then grows into a kingpin. He and Joel Edgerton's character, who works in the FBI, they grew up together, they're good friends, and they decide to use each other and have a mutual agreement to benefit each other and grow in each of their respective fields. Basically, Whitey Bulger acts as an FBI informant and gives Joel Edgerton information which allows Joel Edgerton's character to progress in the ranks in the FBI. Meanwhile, Whitey Bulger is protected by the FBI, and he's also knocking off people that are his common enemies with the FBI. This film obviously stars Johnny Depp as this main character, and he does a lot of the heavy lifting. He is the main focus of this movie. He does a really good job. It's not unlike Johnny Depp to be covered in makeup, looking just crazy different. He's a chameleon actor, he does this all the time, but recently he hasn't been doing very good roles like in The Tourist and Transcendence, so it's really good to see him playing a role of this magnitude with this attitude, and it was really good to see him pull it off. He was great. He was just dirty, slimy, disgusting, scary. He was all those things, and you just makes you cringe when you see him. He's got those pale eyes that are just dead, and he's got like that dead tooth as well, that grin, the laugh, everything adds up, and it just gives you that sick feeling, and that's what he had to do, and he bloody pulled it off. Once again, this movie is based on a true story, and it's about gangsters, and it's about killing, murder, money. The shit that happens in this movie, because it's a true story, it has a bit more weight, and you really can't believe that this actually happened in real life, and he got away with it for so long, and it was only caught just recently. However, this movie wasn't all that it was cracked up to be. I saw the trailers, I was pretty pumped for this movie. I thought it would be high intensity, high tension, fast paced, just heart pumping stuff, but it really wasn't. There's a lot of things that happen in this movie. It spans over 10 years. His actions just become predictable. So at the beginning, you do get that feel like, oh, is he gonna kill this guy? I'm not sure what he's gonna do, but then you just become numb to it. There's a Game of Thrones element that it's trying to do, where you're like, no, don't kill that guy, or whatever, but it loses that because you become numb to what he's doing, because it becomes quite predictable. I know it's a true story, so you can't really deviate from that, but there's a lot of different ways they could have shot it or like executed it to create more tension and atmosphere, which it just didn't do. There's also very little disparity between his character at the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie. So at the beginning, he's a small-time gangster, but he still seems so influential and powerful. And so the transition at the end, when he's a kingpin, is not much transition at all. You can barely feel that anything has changed, and it just feels like he's just going further out and doing slightly different things. His mindset hasn't changed. I feel like if the beginning and the end, if his character really evolved to be that power-hungry villain, that would have been more impressive, but he was already that at the beginning. The evolution of his character just didn't really happen. Another thing about this movie that I didn't like, I was sitting in there and I was like, man, this movie is pretty damn slow, and it's giving you the story, it's feeding it to you slowly, bite by bite, by bite, by bite, and then it just ends. It just ends. This movie is paced out to seem like a 3-hour movie. It's talking about 10 years of his life, and then it just ends after 2 hours. It just felt like it should have been either more compressed and more fast-paced, or they stretch it out and let more moments of his life be fleshed out, because it just didn't have that, and it just felt like a lot of depth in this film was lacking. I myself felt like in this movie that I was passively watching, just an observer, just there, just along for the ride. I didn't feel any emotional connection to any character. I didn't feel myself rooting for anyone. The problem that I felt was that I wasn't rooting for Whitey Bulger to succeed, because he's evil, he's crazy, he's killing people. Obviously, I'm not rooting for that guy. But at the same time, there's no figure in the FBI or the police that's actually going to capture him, so I'm not rooting for him to be captured either. So I'm just stuck in the middle, just observing, and I think that's where the movie drops off. Because without that person for you to latch onto emotionally, it's very difficult to get into this movie, and feel anything. There are a lot of moments in this movie that I thought it was trying to tug at your heartstrings, but it failed because you just didn't have that emotional investment. Overall, I thought that Black Mass has some great performances from Joel Edgerton and Johnny Depp. Although it did lack in emotional investment, it didn't have a protagonist. I thought that was a big problem in this film. It was just a long story that I just couldn't get into. I think that other people will be slightly disappointed by this film because I had higher expectations. I myself have high expectations for Johnny Depp because I know, and I'm pretty sure you guys know, that he is a capable actor. Even though he hasn't done great films recently, like I expected this film to be really good. It just didn't really do it for me. I would say that Black Mass is probably not worth going to the cinema to watch. If you do, you would only watch it once. Otherwise, I'd just wait to TV to watch it. I can't see myself buying the Black Mass DVD and popping it in going, time for some Black Mass, guys. Like, it's just not that type of movie. You'd watch it once, you just learn about the history, I guess, and that's about it. Thank you guys for watching this review. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button, and if you want to see more reviews by me, be sure to click that subscribe button down below. If you've seen Black Mass and you agree or disagree with me, share your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I've also got another channel called Clowd TV where I make skits, sketches, and travel videos, so be sure to check that out as well. Thank you once again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.